What's up guys, just Messi here, welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got the start of a brand new series which is going to be a weekly series based around real life football. I know a lot of people seem to like my transfer videos, so I thought why not bring some more real life football based stuff onto my channel. So this will be called Premier League Preview, where I basically look at the upcoming fixtures for this Barclays Premier League match week, which I think is match week number 9. It features some big games and also some debuts for managers such as Sam Allardyce and also Jurgen Klopp. So if you want to see more of this series and see it every single week, smash the like button. 2,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click subscribe button for daily FIFA content. In the comments below, let me know your score predictions for every single match. So the very first match on today's schedule is going to be Tottenham versus Liverpool. It's a game that kicks off at 12:45. I think it's on BT Sport and it's actually at White Hart Lane. So Tottenham are at home and currently Tottenham are 8th in the table with Liverpool in 10th. And in terms of form, Tottenham are actually 3rd currently in the form table, whereas Liverpool are down to 17th. And Tottenham are actually currently unbeaten in their last 7 games, by the way. Obviously 8 matches being played so far in the Premier League, and Tottenham haven't actually lost since the very first weekend. So they're going with some great form right there. And I mean, they're going quite strong, but their form against Liverpool over the last 5 games hasn't been that great. But they are missing a fair amount of players. They've got Ryan Mason, Heung-min Son, their new signings, who has an absolutely awesome start to his Tottenham career so far. Pritchard, Ben Seb, and also Eric Dyer, who is suspended. Whereas Liverpool also have a lot of injuries to the likes of Christian Benteke, Jordan Henderson, the club captain, and recently Danny Ings and also Joe Gomez have both come back from internationals and got ACLs pretty much instantly, which is absolutely awful. Both out for this season. After that, we've got John Flanagan, Roberto Firmino, £30 million signing from Hoffenheim, Jordan Roster today. Lovren's actually doubtful. Felipe Coutinho is also, but Coutinho is expected to start. There's only actually 1 point currently separating the two sides, and most of the eye of the focus this match will actually be on Jurgen Klopp. How he'll line up as Liverpool manager, what formation, what players and stuff like that. But I mean, the actual form, again, Liverpool have won the last 5 games against Tottenham, but I don't think it'll be an absolute walkover like previously suggested or as stats kind of say. I don't agree with that. And the 2 players I'm going with today are for the ones to watch. For Tottenham, I'm going Christian Eriksen. He's got a lot of form about him now, and he actually scored 2 goals against Swansea in their previous match. And for Liverpool, I'm going with Daniel Sturridge. He's got decent form since returning, and he adds another dimension to the Liverpool attack, which has definitely been lacking this season. So the second match we're covering is going to be Chelsea against Aston Villa, the first 3 o'clock kickoff at Stamford Bridge. Currently, Chelsea are sitting in 16th position, whereas Aston Villa are actually struggling even more in 18th. And Chelsea 13th in form table, and Aston Villa are dead bottom in 20th. Chelsea are winless in just 2 games, but Aston Villa are winless in the last 7 matches since the very opening day of the season. So Tim Sherwood obviously under a lot of pressure. So Diego Costa is actually back for Chelsea, which is a big plus. And in terms of their missing players, they only actually have 2. Obviously, Courtois is out for I think it's another couple of months, whereas Ivanovic is probably music to the Chelsea fans' ears, is actually injured on international duty. Whereas Aston Villa, on the other hand, have 3 players that are doubtful, which are going to be Agbonlahor, Kieran Clark, and also Adama Traore, the young Spaniard. And it's 3 players are actually unfit currently: Akore, Illeri, and also Gary Gardner. My ones to watch for this match are going to be Willian, because Willian apparently could be playing down the middle just behind Diego Costa for Chelsea, which could be an awesome inform if he does manage to put in a good display. I think he's actually scored 4 goals in the last 4 appearances as well, and a really good stead from Aston Villa, 3 goals in the last 3 games, including 2 away at Liverpool. The next 3 PM kickoff is going to be Crystal Palace against West Ham United. Crystal Palace currently sitting in 4th place, West Ham are sitting in 6th, and West Ham actually currently unbeaten in 5 games, so they're doing very well for themselves. And Crystal Palace actually are missing a fair amount of players. They're missing Apaya, Marouane Chamakh, Joe Ward, Connor Wickham, also Bamford. Bamford apparently could be returning back to Chelsea, which is why he's also on that missing players list. West Ham only missing 2, Alex Song and also Aaron Cresswell. Cresswell is actually only doubtful, so it could actually feature for West Ham. So the actual ones to watch from me, I'm going with Yohan Cabaye. They're actually 2 French players. Yohan Cabaye is on great form since coming back to Crystal Palace or going back to the Premier League, and he's got 3 goals in his last 4 games with 1 assist, also a goal for France against Armenia. And the player for West Ham, who else? I mean, Dimitri Payet has played 8 games in the BPL so far, getting 4 goals and 3 assists. And now we move on to Everton versus Manchester United, a 3 o'clock game at Goodison Park. Currently, Everton are sitting in 7th, and Manchester United are currently sitting in 3rd. Everton 8th in the form table, and Manchester United 7th. So Everton are actually unbeaten in 5 games, going very well. And Man United's last display was a 3-0 drubbing to Arsenal. Everton are actually likely to be about Tony Hibbert, Stephen Pienaar, Leighton Baines, Tom Cleverley, Besic, and also John Stones is apparently unfit, but could actually make an appearance because he didn't feature for England, but he could well return for Everton this weekend. Man United are missing Ashley Young apparently through injury, but he could again play doubtful. Luke Shaw obviously broke his leg. Paddy McNair, also Bastian Schweinsteiger, who is a doubt. Am I wants to watch this match and going with Ross Barkley? It could have been Lukaku, but the Englishman is on fine form, especially for England and also the club. So I mean, he's definitely outdone what he done last season. Last season a bit of a letdown kind of thing, but this season started on absolute fire. And for United, I'm going with Juan Mata. The Spaniard's been probably Man United's most creative player as of late, and he's actually outshining Memphis Depay, who hasn't really lived up to expectations. From Manchester United to Manchester City, and this is actually going to Manchester City hosting the new boys Bournemouth. Bournemouth currently sitting in 15th, whereas Man City are first. And City, they were starting so strong. Then they had the 2-game blip where they actually lost 2 games in a row in the BPL. But Man City, they're definitely obviously a classy team. They're only unbeaten in 1, the same as Bournemouth. But in the preview bit of the screen, it is going to say that the missing players for Man City, there's some big ones. Gael Clichy, Alexander Kolarov, David Silva, Sergio Aguero, and also Fabian Delph. Kolarov, David Silva, and also Aguero all actually injured on international duty. Aguero is probably the worst out of that. I think he's out for like 2 months or something like that. So it's a long time for him. He will actually miss the Manchester derby as well. Bournemouth are missing Elphick, I think it's his name, Maxi Gradle, Tyrone Mings, Callum Wilson, who actually on an ACL about a month or so ago now, probably a few weeks ago, and also Arta. The ones to watch for me, obviously for Man City, is going to be Kevin De Bruyne. Absolutely ridiculous form for club and country so far. Obviously Man City in Belgium, and he's off to a great start for his City career. And for Bournemouth, I'm going with Matt Ritchie. He actually scored a great goal for Scotland, so his form may be higher than it was before, and he's looking for an outlet given that Callum Wilson is now injured. Another 3 o'clock kickoff is going to be Southampton hosting Leicester City. Southampton in 9th place and Leicester City in 5th. Southampton are actually unbeaten in 2, Leicester City in 1. The players missing there for Southampton, they are missing Shane Long, the hero for Ireland actually against Germany. Fraser Forster, I think he's actually for the whole season or something like that. And also Gardos, not sure who that is, and maybe a centre-back. And Leicester actually missing James, Schlapp, and also Maris. Maris is apparently unfit, but he could play. So the ones to watch for me this game are going to be Pella of Southampton. The big Italian has got 5 goals in 8 BPL games this season, with 2 assists on top of that. And for Leicester, I'm going with Vardy. Vardy right now is on absolute fire. He's actually scored in his last 5 Leicester games, and so far this season, 7 goals in 8 games. The next game is going to be kind of a relegation battle, you could say, towards the end of the season. That is going to be West Brom against Sunderland. Sunderland are 19th and West Brom are 17th. Both on very bad form currently. And basically, West Brom, they actually got a fair amount of players injured. They got Ben Foster, Olsen, Johnny Evans, Morrison, Rondon, I think their biggest signing ever. He's actually a doubt. And also Berahino is also doubtful. So they've got a lot of doubts, but they could potentially play. Whereas Sunderland are missing Matthews, Kabul, who's a doubt, Lenz, who actually got suspended for a red card last week, and also Sebastian Coates. The ones to watch for me, Berahino, if he does play, he actually got 2 goals since he returned from the whole transfer saga this summer, and also Fletcher for Sunderland. He's actually, it would be Lenz, but Lenz is actually banned for this game. And basically, the Scot has managed to get himself 5 goals in his last 3 games, 4 of which were for Scotland. And the late kickoff for tomorrow, Saturday, is going to be Watford hosting Arsenal. Arsenal currently sitting in 2nd, whereas Watford are in 12th. And Watford are currently missing a few players, Ekstrand, Doyley, Gerardo, Nyom, Barami, and also Anya, whereas Arsenal are missing Thomas Rosicky, Danny Welbeck, Jack Wilshere as always, Laura Koscielny is a doubt, and also Alexis Sanchez, who apparently is unfit because of international duty. My ones to watch though are going to be Igalo from Watford. He's actually got 5 goals in 7 games this season so far, actually 5 in his last 5 as well. And again, Alexis Sanchez, if he does play right now for club and country, is actually on fire, and I expect him to carry that on against Watford, again, if he's in the starting 11. And now we have the only game for Sunday, which is going to be Newcastle against Norwich at St James's Park. So Newcastle currently sitting in rock bottom 20th position, and Norwich are 13th. So Newcastle, are missing a fair amount of players themselves. They've actually got a lot. It's probably the biggest list in the whole Premier League. I've got Taylor, Tim Krul, who was injured for Holland, and then it's an ACL again. Obertan, Revier, Darlow, Good, Dummett, Aarons, Mbabu, Hedera, Gianma, and also Colback. So they've got a lot of doubts, a lot of injuries, and that does not really help their situation right now in rock bottom. Norwich are only missing 3 players, Gary Hooper, Grab, and also Malumbu. My ones to watch for this game are going to be Wijnaldum of Newcastle, one of the brighter parts of Newcastle's season so far, and Wes Hoolahan for Norwich City. So far in 7 games, has 5 assists. And now finally, we had the last game in the Premier League this week. That's going to be between Swansea City and Stoke City, an 8 o'clock kickoff on Monday night. Stoke are currently in 14th, Swansea in 11th, and Swansea haven't actually got a win in 4 games. And they could be without Andre Ayew, who's a doubt, but could again play, and Carl Norton, who has other reasons why he's actually missing. And for Stoke, they're missing Shea Given, Shawcross, and Diouf. And the ones to watch for me this week are going to be Andre Ayew, again, if he plays. He had a great start to his BPO career, and hopefully he can get Swansea back on track of their form. And Bojan from Stoke City, who's back in the start 11 after an injury, and last season was absolutely awesome for them. And on your screen will be the 3 players I hope getting in forms this week, guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, smash like button, 2,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. Click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, let me your score predictions for this upcoming set of fixtures, guys. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.